first I was incredibly surprised that I was asked to come perform in South Africa, because I grew up in New York City, and that's like thousands of miles away. And you wonder, do people even know my music there? And I was very excited to find out that they did, and that they loved my music there. But the thing that touched me the most was meeting young people my age and younger, 19, 15, 13, 11, who had personally been affected by it and who had lost their parents and watched them pass away on the floor of their home, and was left to take care of their brothers and sisters. It just touched me so deeply to know that there were these amazingly inspiring young people who were just left with the world on their shoulders all by themselves.
Some would argue there's a cruel disconnect between how we see AIDS here in the U.S. and in the West, where it's a chronic, treatable disease, versus there where there's no medicine or a lack of medicine. Did it strike you as particularly cruel?
Yeah, I mean, anything is cruel where something exists in the world but one can't get it because of lack of money. That's cruel. In America, we're able to access the treatment very easily and live very long lives. You live with AIDS. You don't die from AIDS, you live with it. So knowing that being able to create Keep a Child Alive could save thousands of lives in a very affordable way. If I told you $1 a day, you would say, okay. You know what I mean? So to know that it's possible to do, but just no one was doing it or knew about it to do anything about it, that felt, I didn't want to turn my back.
And for Americans, many of whom won't or don't have the chance to go see this for themselves, what do you tell them as they try and process AIDS? Wasn't that cured, or isn't that treatable? How do you help people understand who have not seen this for themselves?
What I say to them is, imagine your mother, imagine your daughter, imagine your son, imagine your brother, imagine your best friend, imagine those people that you love more dearly than anything in life standing before you and dying, and you could not help them. Would you just not help them? No. You would do anything that you could to ensure that they could live, especially if you knew that there was a way that they could live. And I find that really moves people.
Do you remember did certain stories or people touch you in your visit that you've kind of held on to those memories and those stories?
Yeah, I have very specific stories that touch me. One was a group of women, and they just said, can you help us? That we need the medicine and we can't get it. Can you help us get it? That was like so direct, and in an instant they said exactly what they needed. And I stood there and looked at them, and I was just like, whoa, what can I do? That was a big impression on me, especially them holding their children in their hands. That was very, very heavy for me.
But they were looking at you as a successful, famous American with the belief
yes,
that you could make this happen.
Correct.
And deliver medicine.
Exactly.
And you could.
And I had to. And I did.
And what does your future hold, both musically and in this philanthropic world?
I just want to continue to grow, and I want to continue to be a force in the world that can do good. I want to continue to have a positive effect on the world, and through Keep a Child Alive and through the voice that I have, I just want to continue to be able to be a voice for the voiceless. There's so many people who don't have a voice. I want to be that voice.